always our great pleasure to welcome you to this program, expecting that at least you're going to join us again for another wonderful hour of pleasant discussion, of insightful reflections, and then, of course, we look at some of the things that we can do to make this country a better place. Our guest this morning is a deputy woman editor of a newspaper here in Lagos. She has, in the last 22 years, been working in that newspaper, anchoring the human angle aspect of the stories in that newspaper. In that role, she has featured life stories. She has also talked about human experiences and other related issues. And having worked as a journalist for so many years, she decided, therefore, to also venture into the story or into the notion of writing about our own experiences. She decided to author a book. But this time around, the book she came out with will appear to me quite topical, especially now that we are looking at the emergent Nigerian nation. She came out with a book that is titled Youth, Sex, and Wellbeing. My pleasure to welcome into the studio our guest for this morning, Yetunde Fashina Arabi. You're welcome to Close Flow.
Thank you very much. You're welcome. Thank you.
No, you are welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you for thanking me.
Thank you.
All right. Yetunde, like I said, she is a writer. She's also a columnist. Now she's an author. I don't think she's a first-time author. We'll talk about that, in the course of the program. But first, let me just let's start with what you have written about. My question is, how important or how critical is sexual health, to the well-being of Nigerian youths, then of the Nigerian nation itself? How critical, how essential is sexual health, to Nigerian youths themselves and to the Nigerian society?
Okay. Let me take it from sex itself.
Okay.
And when I say sex now, I mean the art of copulating.
That's a physical activity.
Yes.
Okay.
It has to do with health issues. It has to do with economic issues, because when you start having sex, you start procreating, and then that multiplies into population, which we're also dealing with. Overpopulation is part of our problems in this country. Yes, as I said, it affects the economy when you cannot provide for the people in your country, in your society. So sex also, or sexual issues also affects that. Then let's relate that also to the environment. It has also a rebound effect on the environment, because we're using the environment, where that has to do with climate change also. If you look at it in a very broad way,
Okay.
Our sexual activity, our sexual life or health affects everything around us. It's a rebound.
It's all encompassing. Okay, but all right. Is that physical activity, that sexual interest, is it just the predominant interest of young persons, of adolescents, or it is the preoccupation of virtually everybody? I mean, I'm trying to say, because a lot of people like to tag young people as being too sexually active, or too sexually overbearing, or too sexually whatever, or deviant and all that. So is it really a youth thing, or it's all pervasive?
I think it's all pervasive. It's not only a youth thing, because children learn from what they see. So it's what the adults are actually doing
that they're
learning from. And when we, the adults, are not, teaching them the basic truth, the foundation of these things, then we're misleading them into this promiscuity, as you say. But beyond being promiscuous, it's not every young person that's promiscuous. It's not every young person that wants to engage in sexual activities. Some are forced into it, some are coerced into it, some go into it blindly, in search of adventure, and some other reasons. Drug use is also involved in sexual activity. Yes, amongst young people. So it's not promiscuity per se.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to do with a particular age group, a particular class of people, or a particular religious sect. It's a human thing. Sex is a human thing. It's human nature. It's a natural thing. And it is our own individual ability to curb or discipline ourselves
that you're talking about here.